Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Right now, we're looking at a challenge literally every startup founder, operational leader, and growing business faces at some point. How do you actually scale your digital presence without, completely breaking the bank or losing your mind? Well, we're breaking down the services of an agency called ifreebuddy. They position themselves as this ultimate growth engine for modern businesses. Whether you need a massive web app, a sleek mobile application, or serious AI automation, they're the ones building the systems to simplify operations and totally accelerate your growth.
Okay, let's dive into this, because this is arguably the single biggest roadblock for early-stage founders. Imagine you've got this brilliant concept. You absolutely know the market needs it. But when it comes to the actual technical execution, you kind of just don't have a concrete roadmap. Well, this explainer is going to show you exactly how ifreebuddy tackles this exact frustration. They take you from a raw idea to a launched, revenue-generating product way faster than the old traditional methods.
So here's our quick roadmap for today. First, the development dilemma. Then, engineering digital systems, e-commerce at scale, the AI and automation edge, and we'll wrap up with the build blueprint.
All right, jumping right into Section 1, the development dilemma and the ifreebuddy promise.
And this brilliantly illustrates the stark contrast between traditional agencies and modern development. I mean, any busy entrepreneur knows the usual friction points, right? The traditional landscape is just notoriously slow, packed with bloated budgets, totally reliant on manual workflows, and burdened by painfully long launch timelines. But ifreebuddy completely flips this model on its head. They use AI-assisted development to massively increase their speed. And because of that speed, you get much more affordable pricing, automated workflows, and centralized systems that make maintenance a breeze. Ultimately, it's just a high-density, highly efficient way to build.
Their entire ethos is perfectly summed up by K over at ifreebuddy. He says, "Our goal is simple. Build better products and smarter systems for growing businesses." And the key word there is definitely smarter. It's not just about, writing endless lines of code. It's about engineering systems that actively work for you, simplifying your operations, instead of just piling on technical debt.
Moving on to Section 2, engineering digital systems, focusing on web and mobile apps.
So ifreebuddy engineers digital systems across a really massive range of sectors. We're talking SaaS platforms, healthcare and wellness apps, real estate portals, multi-vendor marketplaces, and community or education hubs. Just imagine your own business needs right now. Whether you're in B2B logistics or you're launching the next big fitness craze, they've got a tailored architecture completely ready to deploy.
But you might be wondering, how do they make sure these apps don't just crash when thousands of users suddenly log on? Well, they power everything with elite modern tech stacks. For high concurrency web apps, they're using React, Next.js, and Tailwind CSS to build these robust, multi-tenant architectures. And for mobile, they build incredibly scalable native iOS and Android apps using React Native, meaning whether it's a complex SaaS tool or a consumer app, the foundation is top tier and literally built to grow.
Let's shift gears to Section 3, e-commerce at scale. Because they aren't just building basic shopping carts here. They're building highly optimized, revenue-generating storefronts. We're talking Shopify, D2C brands, complex subscription models, digital product stores, and even massive fashion and beauty retail interfaces. They even handle multi-vendor marketplaces where you have tons of different sellers operating under one digital roof. Everything is engineered purely to maximize your conversions.
And the secret sauce here is their strategic use of industry giants. By pairing modern web tech with platforms like Shopify and Stripe, ifreebuddy makes sure your payment and checkout infrastructure is totally rock solid. It's not just about looking good, it's a seamless, scalable machine backed by the absolute best financial APIs out there.
All right, Section 4, powering up with the AI and automation edge.
Let's clarify what we mean by this, because it's a real game changer. They build what are called AI data pipelines. Basically, these are custom automated systems using AI to connect all your different tools, eliminate those soul-crushing repetitive tasks, and just streamline your entire business ecosystem. If your team is constantly bogged down by manual data entry, this is the ultimate antidote to that operational drag.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how specific their AI services are. No generic buzzwords here. They're using serious tech like Python, Docker, and NN to build custom systems. For example, Hermes agents for handling customer support, or OpenClaw deployments for laser-targeted lead gen. They even use Paperclip systems for pristine data management and massive workflow syncs. They are literally building custom AI agents to handle the tedious stuff so you can focus entirely on scaling.
Finally, Section 5, the blueprint, covering process and delivery.
Let's see how this actually builds out. It's a super systematic, high-density 6-step approach. Step 1 is discover, mapping your goals. Step 2, architect, planning the structure and AI. Step 3 is prototype, so you validate early. Step 4 is the build, using those AI-assisted workflows. Step 5 is automate, connecting all the pieces. And Step 6 is launch, where they deploy and optimize the whole shebang.
And the timeline for this? It is incredibly fast. Depending on scope, most of these products and automations are delivered in just 4 to 8 weeks. Week 1 is discovery and architecture. Weeks 2 and 3 are prototyping. Weeks 4 through 7 are the heavy lifting, the build and automate phase. And boom, week 8, you're launching. In the software world, getting a custom multi-tenant architecture done that fast is almost unheard of.
So, the crucial point for any founder out there, and I know you're wondering about this, is intellectual property. It's a huge fear, right? Losing control of your code? Well, once the project is finished and fully paid, you retain 100% ownership of the source code and all the IP. It is entirely yours, no strings attached.
So, we've seen how ifreebuddy combines modern web frameworks, flawless e-commerce integrations, and some seriously cutting-edge AI automation to build much smarter systems. If you're a founder or operational leader totally bogged down by slow dev cycles and manual workflows, the big question is, are you ready to build your next project? With AI speeding up the timeline and automation eliminating the drag, what is actually stopping you from turning that idea into reality today?